So we're going to be taking a look at transitions, and to me they're very similar to PowerPoint slide transitions. So it affects the object, and there's a lot of values that you can have as far as speed goes, speed of the animation. You can have it ease in, so it starts off slow, it gets faster, ease out, or it starts off fast and slower. All sorts of different ways you can have things animate and play. And I have tons of examples here for you to look at because that's basically how you understand. So let's take a look at this first one. Okay, so that's a transition. Usually you point at something, it changes, you point away, it kind of reverses the change. And for this one, we had said we wanted the width to increase. The width was at 100 to start with. When we hover, we wanted it to go up to 300. Okay, and so the transition on that is a change to width, and we wanted that change to go about 2 seconds. Okay, and that's about how long it took to go from the width of 100 to 300. Okay, for this one, when we hover, we want it to rotate 180 degrees, so it's going to be kind of upside down. And then we want that to go for 2 seconds. So the transition on the transformation is 2 seconds. So let's take a look. That was the width one, so let's close that one. Okay, and that's the rotate. So you'll see it changes once to 90 and then once again to 180, goes back to 90 and back to 0. Probably would be easier to tell if I had text in there, but I don't. So here's one where it's doing multiple transformations. So we have set a height and width of 100. And when they hover, we want the height and width to increase to 200, and we want it to rotate 360, which means it's going to go all the way around. And you'll notice that we can specify how long each transformation takes. In this case, we want them all to change at the same time. So let's close that. Here we do have text, so as we see the change, it's a little easier to see because you can watch the text. But it's getting bigger and it's rotating while it does it. So when you do transitions, okay, you have to specify what it is that's changing and how long. Now this can be done in a single command, or you can do it in 2 commands. You can say transition property would be the width that's changing, transition duration is the number of seconds. So 1 command or 2. And it's just, whatever makes more sense to you. If you do not want the transformation to start right away, okay, then you can put a delay on it. So transition delay 10 seconds. That would mean if we had the transition occurring on a hover, that we're pointing at something and waiting 10 seconds for the animation to start. So I don't know if you'd want to use this on a hover, but if the transition was going to occur when the page first displayed, then you might want to put a delay in. Okay. And timing deals with speed. Okay, so do you want it to start fast and end slow, or do you just want it to be the same speed throughout? How do you want this animation to play? So to kind of show you the difference, I did create a little page. Transition timing here. And for this, we have ease in. So ease in should start off slow and it should get faster. And you can see that it does start off slow and then it does speed up. So there are examples at the W3C site that you can kind of play with. And to help you understand this better, we do have a hands-on that you're going to download. So we're going to download CSS Transitions into our Lesson 9 folder. And then we're going to open that up in VS Code. And right now there are no transitions. Okay, we basically are going to have a box, and it's my favorite peach puff color. We've got a margin left and top set, and we've got a width and a height of 50. So it's a little square basically. So we want the box to change when we hover, and let's go ahead and set that up. So div hover. And so we want the width to increase to 450. We want the height to increase to 450 pixels. And we want the thing to rotate 360. So it's going to kind of rotate around in a circle. Okay, so this is what we want to end up with. And then in the div, we have to add transform to tell it how to get there. So we want a transition on the width of 5 seconds. So it'll be a 5-second animation on that. On the height, we want 5 seconds. And then for the rotation, which is transform, we want 5 seconds. And then for the timing, ooh, not 52, 5 seconds. For the timing on this, we are going to have ease in. So it's going to start off slow and end up fast. Transition timing function. There we go. All right, so we're going to save. And let's take a look at this. Let me pull this over. It opened in my other window. So you can see it kind of rotating around. And the thing is, when we go off of it, it reverses. Okay? That is what transitions do.